The Kingdom of Asturias. The reign of Bermudo I and Alfonso II. The reign of Bermudo I. Bermudo came to the throne in 788 after the death of King Mauregatus, being elected as King of Asturias by the Palatine officials, or the Asturian nobility as it was called. His election, it seems, was determined to move to oppose Alfonso's accession to the throne. His reign, however, was not long. He was forced to defend against the Arab-Berber invasion at the Battle of Burbia River in 791 AD. It was the beginning of a series of aggressive campaigns against the Asturian kingdom in the 790s. The Muslim commander at Burbia named Ibn al-Atir, resulting in defeat for the Asturians. That's what was he called. Historically, in Iberia under the Visigoths, a king that was proven not adequate to combat was deemed to be removed from leadership, and perhaps that was what happened, with Bermuda abdication from the throne. Returning to his clerical life, Alfonso II took his place. He, however, was well remembered, as he was considered a generous and illustrious man, with sources claiming he lived as a monk, leaving behind a son that would rule later named Ramiro I. The reign of Alfonso II. Alfonso had a very long reign that covered a span of 51 years. It was reported he discovered the tomb of Apostle Santiago in Compostela, hence becoming known as the place for the peregrination in Spain, son of Fruela I, including reports of his meetings with Theodemir of Iria, a bishop from Galicia that discovered the tomb of Saint James the Great. Alfonso II had to deal with an intense campaign of raids made by Andalusians into Asturian territory. The same received incursions on all sides requesting aid to the Franks and as well to the Basques, sending diplomatic delegations from 796 AD up to 798 AD in order to strengthen his legitimacy as a king, in which was acknowledged by both of them. The Carolingian support did much to support the Asturians' campaign in countering the Andalusian raids up to the point of sacking even Lisbon in 798, in which was captured as well but not held. Later on in life he defeated the Andalusian raids in 825 at Naro and Ascion, allowing the repopulation of parts of Galicia, Leon and Castile. Alfonso also moved the capital from Pravia to Oviedo, the city of his father founding and birth. There he constructed churches and a palace, including San Tirso, where he is buried. Overview of the peninsula and final considerations. The Iberian Peninsula observed now a fragmentation in its influence. In the north, the Kingdom of Pamplona, or better known as the Kingdom of Navarre, would emerge as an independent state from both Asturias and the Charlemagne Empire, and its successor, France. Meanwhile, a vassal of Al-Andalus called Banu Qasi would rise to prominence and gain much influence and power to the point of fighting both Franks and of the Frankish March, the Basques of Pamplona, and as well other Al-Andalus vassals, and unifying territory to the point of Tarragona, asserting itself as another regional power in the region. Navarre would remain for a long time but with a small realm, while Banu Qasi would not last much and would eventually crumble decades later. However, its accession of power would be even made of fame to be considered as the third monarchy in Iberia. At some point, despite its vassalage titles under Al-Andalus, at one point it became merely nominal, forcing Al-Andalus to actually send military expeditions against it, as well later on, and regain some measure of former influence in the region. Thank you very much for your attention.